have to stop the death curse, and then you have to stop gravity.
Gravity's so powerful it killed a monk with
Maybe
Slowfall.
someone should make a gravity mage. Isn't there like a new gravity mage or something?
Oh, hell yeah. From the new Explorer's Guide Wildman. I would love to do that.
Yeah, that's going to be the big bad boss, the gravity mage. Like, I've been playing you this whole time. Alright, so recap of last session. You guys had... Whoa.
My ears.
You guys have burst eardrums. Your mic's reverbing a bit there, Carlos.
Well, that's better than it was.
Well,
Alright, we got to start now because it's already past starting time. So, you guys had gained the ability to fly, and you traveled from Cursor Bowl over to Camp Vengeance. On the way there, as you cleared massive spans of jungle in a short amount of time, you passed by Dungrunglung, a settlement of Grung living deep in the jungle in this kind of shallow pool surrounded by a hedge maze. And there was obviously a language barrier because they were talking a lot and you guys couldn't understand what they were saying. And before you guys knew it, Petra was being dressed up like Neng Neng, this forgotten god that the Grung seemed to worship. And something went horribly wrong when Petra was presented to the King Grung, and they just started attacking you guys. You were forced to flee, being surrounded by about 60 Grung, and unfortunately, Guy's character did not make it out alive.
You mean Victor?
Victor. So, you guys poured one out for him, but he couldn't stay here in this highly hazardous undead zone, so you had to lay him to rest and move on. We ended the session with you guys arriving at Camp Vengeance. Now, Camp Vengeance is a camp that is led by an expedition led by Niles Breakbone, a member of the Order of the Gauntlet. And they've come into the jungle to try and put a stop to this death curse and lay claim to new territory. However, when you guys arrived, well, you already knew that one of their camps had failed. Camp Righteous was abandoned. You're not sure why exactly, but that had become a hell of a lot more apparent when you have arrived at Camp Vengeance. As you've entered through this crude timber fortification, you've seen a state of absolute horror. There are bodies piled up, smoldering away. There is flooded patches of water that have built up, spilling out from the heavy rain, moving through the latrines. There are leagues of 6 soldiers, some crammed 10 into one single small tent. And not only that, Niles Breakbone, the commander of this retinue, he seems to be completely incompetent. Not only that, he's kind of unruly, and the second that you came to report to him, tell him, as that is your duty, he threatened you. He basically said, you need to head back into the jungle on a 2-week expedition the way you came and clear out any undead. Failure to do so will be a crime. You'll be convicted of insubordination, and that pretty much means a death sentence. So, as is normal in the Order of the Gauntlet, if you're given a task as a member of the faction, you're to complete that task, no question asked. If you fail to do so, then you're stripped of your rank. That's how serious it is. As you've made your way through this squalor, you've actually met the head priest, Sister Sias. Sister Sias doesn't really know what she's doing either. she's being told to use like cure wounds on the sick soldiers by Niall's breakbone. And Talam, as you came in, you told her about lesser restoration, and she was amazed to see that that actually works. Fearing that trying to find some other solution at the behest of Niles would result in her being punished in some way. So it's pretty horrible here. The stench is absolutely disgusting. The few goats that they have for food are sick. Meanwhile, there are some native Cholton tribal warriors that seem to have joined this retinue of Order of the Gauntlet Guard. So they seem to be dealing with the environment and the disease quite well. But the other soldiers, they just can't handle it. They're just falling victim to all the different diseases in Cholt, whether it be throat leeches or mad monkey fever. And Turig's here. He's alive.
Turig.
Salutations, little one.
He's here but not here.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Yay.
Weren't sure if you were coming. Can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Carlos, can you hear us? Your mic's blipping, but I can't hear anything from your mic. I'm not sure if Carlos can hear us. If you can't, Carlos, just keep troubleshooting, try to get it fixed.
I think it's to do with Discord. You need to like completely exit Discord and come in again.
Okay, well, let's see if it fixes it for him, if we can get that fixed.
Or the other thing is, if it's a wired connection, sometimes it wobbles at the back of the PC. It happens to me a lot.
So, Sister Sias has told you that there are a couple of other members of the Lord's Alliance here that are in Niall's ear. That's Pern Solana and Ord Firebeard. They are other members of the Order. And she believes that if you speak to them, that they seem kind of somewhat reasonable. You may be able to get to them so they can convince Niles that you've got a more important mission. And Turig, I'm just going to say that you're with everyone the entire time. So here you guys are. That's a recap done. And I think you guys took a long rest at the end of the session, so make sure everyone's rested up. Now, your character, Guy, your new character, Garzo, do you want to tell us about him? I'll try and fit him into the story somewhere.
Okay, so I'll just have to say it as it goes then. So Yazo and his wife Jilly was from the exotic island of Cholt, getting some exotic beard growing cream for him. She had a go at it as well, being a dwarf. It didn't end up going so well, and she's died. So she's in one of the priests are looking after her in one of the monasteries, and he's come to find if he can figure out the death curse. He's also got, because it's a bit of a dodgy holiday, an altar. He's got some false documents, so he also goes by the name of Rob Voxel.
Okay, so obviously you're trying to stop this death curse because your wife has passed away. Now, there is something else. Being a rogue, I imagine treasure intrigues you. Now,
Yes, and dwarves.
failing that you can't stop the death curse, there is supposedly a fabled treasure that exists in Cholt. And this fabled treasure is said to be carved from a chunk of the moon. It's kind of supposed to be a polished egg-shaped stone, and it was given as a gift by a ruling Sil Pasha of Kalimport to his sailor daughter. And then that ship was said to have become wrecked off the coast of Cholt when treasure hunters plundered the wreck, they found no sign of this fabled treasure. Someone else had already got to it. Now, the reason why you're interested in this Navel of the Moon is because it said that anyone who holds a stone can always find their way home to their loved ones. So you believe if you can get this stone, you can still find your way to your wife. So make that like a personal quest of yours. You're trying to find this Navel of the Moon. And
Navel of the Moon.
You've heard of, this is the second fabled treasure you've heard of. If you remember Orion's fiancée, she was after this skull chalice of Kagere. It's supposed to be some sort of chalice crafted from the skull of a long-dead Omuan king, serving as a symbol of office for the royal line of Amu. So Orion's fiancée, Momoxanere, she believes if she can reclaim this fabled treasure, it will give her the proper stature that she deserves. So, it sounds like there are some powerful treasures to be plundered here in Chult. Who knows what they're worth, if not just their monetary value, but also the value as an art object, or perhaps some special powers that they may hold. So, as you guys wake up in the morning, the stench is absolutely horrible. You hear people coughing. And there are people screaming and crying. Kill me! Kill me now! Kill me! Kill me! And it's a very somber feeling here in Camp Vengeance. You guys have just gotten ready. Gotten out of your tents.
Wow. Alright. Well, Talon, you want to go see the second in command?
Well, I suppose. I mean,
We don't have a whole lot of time to waste here, but it'd be nice to make sure that you're still part of this faction for at least a little bit. Oh my gosh. Who is this masked man
Hey!
next to?
Hey! Tell him! Tell him! Oh,
what's up?
Andro comes running up to you. Oh man, I had the strangest dream. We were flying over the jungles of Chult, and then we saw these frog people, and you were there, and then we came to Camp Vengeance, and everyone was sick, and it was horrible, and oh shit, that wasn't a dream, was it?
You're in Camp Vengeance, aren't you?
Oh, more like a nightmare. Hey, I know I may have made some foolish mistakes and got lost in the jungle, but I want to tell you, everything I did it as a member of the Order of the Gauntlet to try and help you, Captain Sir, to try and get you where you need to go. And, alright, Yazo, so, you've just started making your way through the jungles of Chult. You've followed this trail that the Order of the Gauntlet have led you, like, basically to this location. So you went by Camp Righteous, you saw the destruction there, and you followed the trail of kind of dead soldiers and dinosaurs and undead, and that led you to Camp Vengeance. So you've just done an expedition, you know, I presume you've got enough food and supplies and water and whatnot, and when you've arrived here, they've allowed you to enter, and it's the same spiel. You've been basically commanded by Niles Breakbone to go on a 2-week expedition to destroy undead, and you hear that there will be you get a report by Wolf Rygar in the morning, so you just stay in one of these tents, that you'll be joining the rest of the party on this expedition, and you're to go and meet with them, and they point out the rest of the party members for you. there's no need to introduce everyone's character because you already know, like as a player, you already know who they are. But just presume that that's already said and done. You've you've explained to them you're in the same situation, and it's not really a matter of asking them if you can join. You've been told that you have to join, or you're going to be tied to a tree and left for the dinosaurs to pick you clean. So I presume that you guys have already met and you're together now, just to save time. But you can do any role playing, of course, if you want to.
A nice beard for a human.
Hey, thanks. I assume you're a dwarf.
Yes, I am a dwarf.
All right.
You haven't seen a
appreciate
dwarf?
that. Not really. There weren't a whole lot of dwarves in my tribe. Here's a question for you. How are you? How do you like this assignment you've just been given?
Happy to smash some undead.
Great. You're totally fine with going out in the middle of nowhere and smashing a bunch of zombies for this group.
Yeah, my honeymoon's gone a bit wrong, so yeah, here I am smashing undead.
Okay, all right. Well, what if I said that maybe we could get you out of this? Would you be more or less happy about that?
Yeah, I need to find a jewel of the navel. Have you seen it? I'll look at Petra's navel.
No, haven't seen that.
Okay. Well, if you see one, I think it's something to connect to the death curse, and it can make my honeymoon a whole lot better.
You know what? We'll keep an eye out for it. All right. Well, hopefully we can get out of it. We're not super ecstatic about this killing zombies thing, so we're gonna try to get out of this. But just stay with us, and maybe we can get you out of this.
Hey.
I can also get you out of it.
Hey, good to meet you, Yazoo. Welcome to the Order of the Gauntlet. It may seem like a shit show here, but I can assure you we're usually more organised than this. I'm guessing the diseases of the jungle got to everyone. We just ain't cut out for this, you know. We're used to parading up and down the Sword Coast. Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Who's talking to me?
Undril Silvertusk, the loyal member of the Order of the Gauntlet. And
Is this all right?
he looks a little bit like he just woke up. He's one of his eyes is partially closed. He's looking very fuzzy, and he's kind of blinking a lot. And also, if you guys are wondering about Millhouse, he's just sleeping in at the moment with Doggo, or he's making a couple of adjustments to his Sanic. So Undril is looking very confused as to what's happened because he had several levels of exhaustion and he actually was a bit delirious. Forgive me, Sir Talum, but last night was just a blur for me. I think the lack of sleep got to me. What's our situation?
Well, we're in what you call it, Port Vengeance, and supposedly we need to
Kill some undead.
yeah, we need to roam the lands around these parts for 2 weeks to kill some undead.
I'll tell you right now.
What about the death curse?
Exactly. I'm gonna try to persuade some of the members here maybe to change a little bit of that plan because, it does sound a little bit absurd while the world's getting killed.
Wait. Who told you to do this?
The captain. The big captain.
Captain or commander?
Commander, Breakbones, right?
Yeah, Breakbones? Huh. Hey, me and him go way back. I can have a word to him for you. Listen, when we were being selected to lead the expedition to Cholt, it actually came down between me and him, believe it or not.
Well, I could actually believe that since you're actually quite skilled priest yourself.
Oh, well, thank you. You're too kind, sir. But Yeah, I got demoted, you know, and now I'm just a common rank like you. But hey, I'll have a word to Niles for you, and he can perhaps cut you some leniency. I'll intercede on your behalf if you like, to let you go.
Well, that would be highly appreciated.
Okay. And Andro heads off to Niles' tent. Andro! You hear this loud, screechy voice call out. Alright, while he goes off to speak to Niles, what are you guys doing? The place, it's horrible. You feel like you're getting sick just from being inside these walls.
Say we get out of here.
Yeah, we could, but these guys could be valuable allies, and we're only going to get that if they're happy with Talon. If it doesn't take too much time, I'd be happy to just spend like a couple hours trying to get him in the clear and then leave.
Aren't most of them sick? How does that prove to be valuable?
There's a few healthy ones that I'd rather not kill us.
Well, I really think making enemies with Order of the Gauntlet would not be your best idea, because they are a quite powerful force.
It wouldn't be enemies if they die out here.
Okay, well,
It looks like they.
You know, Order of the Gauntlet has several outposts back in the continent, right?
Yeah, but if they hear no word from this base, how do they know that we were ever here?
alright, well, I'd rather not have all of these people die. If the price of them being happy with Talon is a couple of hours, I say we pay it. I mean, we're not going to do this 2-week thing. But, you know, if we can leave with them happy, that's better than them being angry at us.
I'm fine with that.
Andrew comes out, and as you guys are standing here, Niles' right-hand man, Wolf, Rygar, he's eavesdropping on your conversation, this guy.
Pointy ears.
And he does have a bit of a scowl, a bit of a smirk on his face. And he chuckles. I admire your zealous thoughts, adventurers. So if you think you're getting out of here at the behest of Niles Breakbones, defying his orders, I'll like you all to reconsider that. And he places the hand on the hilt of his longsword. If he's given you an order, you are to do so. This is a military order. We are at war. This is a state of emergency. You've been conscripted to the Order of the Gauntlet now.
Petra, you should probably say something before I tick off this guy.
Hey, guys! I've got some good news for you. I just spoke to Niles, and you've been cleared. You're allowed to leave the camp.
Wow. Thanks, Andrew.
Well, like I said, everything can be solved non-violently if you try hard enough.
Is
Did you say that?
Is there a catch for this, Andrew?
Nope, no catch. As I said, me and him go way back. I just want to thank you all for getting me here.
Well, hopefully, you know, you can persuade him to clean up the fort a little bit as well, you know. Otherwise, your noble, well, our noble faction might just die out from disease as far as I'm concerned.
Andrew places his hand on your shoulder. Sir? Ma'am? I want to thank you for the time that we spent together. I didn't want to tell you this, but I guess you'll figure out pretty quickly, but the condition for letting you go is that I take your place, and I lead an expedition out to the jungle. I thought that I was doing so good when I went out into the jungle, and in your absence, my sir, I stood up to take your boots. I'm going to miss you! And he gives you a big hug. And you too! And he gives you a hug, Yezo, even though you've never met him. And you! And then he hugs Wolf. Get the fuck off me! Wolf pushes him back. So I guess this is it then? You all gonna go off and stop the death curse, and I'm going to fight zombies and dinosaurs and zombie dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, you kind of look like the guy who could handle himself in the jungle against undead, especially.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can. I can do it.
Just make sure you take skilled men.
I tried to sneak up on Andrew and try to scare him.
Alrighty, you make an intimidation check, Turek. Alright, you jump out in front of him and try to scare him. And he just looks down at you. He doesn't jump. But he pretends to be scared, seeing that you're trying to scare him. Ah! And he draws out his mace. And he goes to hit you with it. But then he stops.
I think you wanted a hug.
Oh, Joy! I didn't even realize you were with us. I haven't seen you for quite a few days. What? You must have been disguised as some sort of animal. I haven't forgotten about you. Jump in my arms.
I give him a big ol' hug.
He picks you up and squeezes you. Hey, I heard that some of your tribe live around here. And, yeah, this sort of area is where your tribe is from, Turig. So, if you wanted, you could try and convince a party to go and visit some of your tribe members. Or if you don't want to do that, we could say that you went off to visit them while you're in the vicinity.
Yeah, that's probably where I went. I ran off and found my moving city.
Okay. Alright, Andrew looks around at all this mess. And also, Turig, you've got wings now too. You've got like feathery Aarakocra wings that give you a flying speed of 30 feet. So it's quite early in the morning. It's pretty sunny. The humidity is intense. There's a kind of a mist in the air, and that mist is kind of mingling in with the smell of smoldering bodies and piss, basically. That's what it smells like. It's horrible. And all of a sudden, Undril just kind of grabs his stomach. Oh! If you excuse me, I knew I shouldn't have drunk some of that water last night. I need to use the latrine. Sorry! And he pushes by you and just runs off and jumps into the latrine. Ah! Ah, yeah, that's the spot.
There's never been a more dignified exit.
Well, I'll be honest, they have clerics here and priests and stuff, and nobody knows how to purify water and purify food. It feels a little bit sad.
Undro can.
Well, Wolf.
He knows purify.
Wolf,
Well, he knows, yeah, but I mean, they haven't done it before, although they clearly have a cleric. Well, cleric type.
He's obviously not as good a cleric as you.
You know what? I came to accept that I'm a cleric. Next level is gonna go into cleric.
There are barrels of water that look like they've been purified, but judging from how many there are, it's just simply not enough to give everyone clean water. So you do suspect that some people have, sanitation isn't exactly high on the list of things here. So you do feel that some people have to drink diseased water, basically.
Well, how about this, Talon? After, we solve the death curse and all that, kill a witch and all the fun stuff, I'm sure we can make some time to come back and help these poor people out if they hang on till then.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. As ASMR, I pretty much seek out the bigger threat at the moment, and stopping the whole reason why the Order of the Gauntlet is here would be on a higher priority than saving them, I suppose. Because then they would actually be able to get out of here,
Well, speaking of that, let's say we head out. I assume we're okay to leave, right, Wolf?
He just shrugs his shoulders. I'm guessing so. If that's what Niles says, that's what we does.
You should rethink that.
Remember to look out for the neighbour of the moon, whatever it looks like.
Listen, Niles he's not a bad guy. He's just inexperienced. We should have never come into the jungle. We're not going to stop the death curse. But you, judging from the tales I heard of your journey, and your wings, you may just be able to do something. And so Yazo, you have a choice as well. You can go off into the jungle with Undril, or join the party.
I'll join the party. I named him Yazo so I could hear it in Australian.
Did you? Okay.
Splitting the party. Have you thought about it, actually?
No, I'm not splitting the party.
Wolf looks at you all, and he does a bit of a whistle, and he points towards the entrance. The guards nod, and they just take the ropes and they raise this wooden gate. And then Wolf just looks at you all. Go on then. Get out of here before Niles changes his mind or we get attacked by some undead and you find yourself with a new task. Hurry up.
Well, you called Wolf, but you're nothing like a wolf.
It's Wolf with a U.
Since we
That's
still
why.
can fly, I just fly over the wall.
Okay. Wolf just... you beat your wings and he's kind of blown back a little bit. A few feathers ruffle over him and he looks around. And then he places his hand on his brow and he looks up to the shining bright sky. And just turns to the veteran beside him. There he goes. Just like that. Soaring off into the wind.
Wait, I need a lift.
Yeah, so you don't have wings, so awkward.
I'm gonna grab Turik's leg.
Alright, and I'm guessing Millhouse is gonna be flying off with you guys too. He'll be doing a bit of scouting.
Do we know how much longer we have wings for?
They should have been expired. So, you don't know when they're gonna run out. But you were guessing it will be at dawn. So
you said something about they fade before they.
They will just basically vanish. So maybe I don't know how you guys feel about gravity, but
It's our best friend.
You don't know how we feel about gravity. That's the biggest joke I have heard.
You guys get another 55 experience points, just as a little extra bonus for some role playing and stuff. And yeah, it turns out escorting Undril there did have its merits. You didn't have to risk trying to persuade some of Niles' captains, and you were able to just leave Camp Vengeance just like that. So it's dry and sunny today, and it's day, I think it's day 44, something like that, around about that. You guys have just stood out of Camp Vengeance, and I'm sure you're keen to head on. So you've got the wings. That means you can cover 4 hexes per day, and you don't really have to spend time navigating.
Do you want to head towards Camp Red just to see what they were talking about, or do you want to just go to Mambala?
I want to go to Mbala. I do not want to go to Camp Wretches.
As you guys have started flying around, you actually notice there's something a little bit different about your wings today. They have some red accents to them, and they just remind you of Ashara, the elder that fell in the gargoyle attack. I feel maybe there's a bit of Ashara's spirit lengthening the ritual, the dance of the seven winds, lengthening the duration.
That's sweet.
So the awesome thing about having wings is, I mean, navigation is straightforward. There's very little chance of getting lost, especially with landmarks around here. And you can see out to 20 miles, so I'll uncover some more hexes just in the area as you guys fly up. 2 hexes in every direction is uncovered. So, there we go. Your village, Turig, is like kind of over here. So that's where you went off. Alright, so you can't quite see Mabala from the distance you are. It's about 40 miles away. And yeah, you don't really have to run a risk of encountering anything hazardous unless it's flying too. So you still need some level of navigation. It's just going to be a lot easier. If you're flying over a jungle canopy, it can all start to look the same. So the question is, who's navigating today?
Turek will navigate.
Okay. And where are you headed? Mabala?
Yeah, we're traveling to Mambala.
Okay. As you're flying today, only an hour after you start heading towards Mabala, you notice something on the ground. It looked like a backpack and some supplies. It's it's actually on the top of the jungle canopy, which is strange. You're not sure how it got up there, but it's like a backpack just hanging from a tree branch that you spot, Turig.
Oh, I'm flying straight to it.
Okay. Roll me a 1d20. So, yeah, this is like 120 feet up. It's like very, very like tall, ancient jungle trees. There's no explanation as to how a backpack got here, other than it fell from the heavens, really. And it just contains a set of navigator's tools, a sextant, a protractor, and a monocle.
I fly back to the group and I hold it up to the guys. I'm like, I don't know what this stuff is.
What happened to your voice, Turk? Oh my god!
Me know what this is.
Oh, you do know what this is.
What's this? What's this? Me no know.
There is no house with us.
Yeah, he's like just flying around. He's trying out a new contraption. He tried to like put some metal wings on his doggo, and he's like just kind of flying around with that a bit. He's still working out some kinks, so he's lagging behind a little bit, but you're keeping him within sight.
Can we present the items to him and see what he thinks?
Okay, he says they're designed for air travel, like an airship.
Huh. Interesting.
Who want? Who want?
Maybe he'll take them. So, navigator's tools. So, I'll just tell you what you can do with them. They, there's some like rules in Xanathar's Guide, but they're a set of instruments used for navigation, usually at sea, but these ones are slightly different, so they're used for air travel, and they let you chart a ship's course, follow navigation charts, and they can allow you to add your proficiency bonus to any ability check you make to avoid getting lost in the air. Now, flying, you don't really have an office where you can sit down and, you know, look at nautical charts and things like that. You guys are literally just beating your wings and cruising across the jungle scape. So they're not going to help you in that respect. But there are a few things that they can do. They could be pretty damn handy, actually, depending on the situation. So yeah, a sextant, a compass, calipers, a ruler, parchment, ink, and a quill. They can help you avoid becoming lost. So if you are tracking in the jungle, they could definitely help you because you've got a compass and things like that. And you can also, if you do get lost, it will help you trying to find your position in the jungle. So yeah, it can help you plot a course and find your position.
Don't we get a reward too if we present a map with some marked areas on it, like a few of like Nangalore and Mbala? If we like mark that down. And
yeah, you've got a map. Like this, literally is your map. So like someone's not having to actively draw a map, otherwise that would slow you guys down. But there's these areas where the white hexes are is basically a blank space on the map, and I presume someone is just etching in the little sections every day, which isn't a very big task at all. But yeah, you were given the most accurate map of Cholt, which is the map you're seeing here. A lot of this area has never been explored by anyone, or at least detailed. No one's ever lived to tell the tale. Alright.
Because gravity got them all.
Yeah, gravity bested them. Okay, so there's only one pace you can really set when you're flying, like you're going as quick as you can. And it's pretty easy to navigate. And Turig, you're doing just fine. So again, a bit of reverb off your mic there, conservative. Or not reverb, but there's just some noise, background noise. So you guys, yeah, you find that cache very early in the morning, and for the rest of the 40 miles you travel that day, you don't have any encounters at all, and you're just soaring over the jungle scape. You can see the Aldani Basin to the southeast. That's where Annette was supposed to go and do some research. You see Mabala from quite a whiles away, and Mabala is actually a plateau, and you uncover all this area within a 20-mile radius basically of your location. So every hex within 2 hexes of your location is uncovered. So all this area, there's actually a clearing here, so there's no jungle at all. It's basically some ruins, flat terrain that's been deforested, and heaps of ruins, and then this sheer plateau rising up off the ground, giving you an astounding view. So I'll describe Mabala to you guys. It's basically like a large sheer cliff with a flat top. You arrive close enough to sunset that you can kind of make it out before it gets dark, but it's pretty much going to be dark by the time you get there because you're arriving at the end of the day. You don't have any other encounters on the way. So it's an 1,800 foot high plateau with sheer cliffs. It rises above heaps of boulders. Some boulders are massive, they're as large as ships, and they're scattered around different ruins of long forgotten settlements at the base of this plateau. And there is a narrow path cut into the cliff face. It climbs all the way up to the top. You guys are flying at a height of about 500 feet. You're not that high really. So this plateau, it extends up as far as you can see, and the top's basically lost in the sky, and you can see this path. You've flown up to it, and you can land on the path and walk up, or you can just fly straight up, which would be the logical thing to do, or you could just head on. You could camp somewhere. What do you guys want to do?
What time of day is it right now?
It's nighttime. It's fallen on night. So when you arrived, there was enough light with the sunset to see it. It's raining a little bit as well. You guys are cold, and then by the time you actually reach the plateau, it's pretty much pitch black.
I kind of feel good about pushing it now with wings, because if we explore Mbala with wings, that's going to be safer, and if we don't, we're going to lose them. We think in the morning.
As long as you follow the path, even if you're flying, just follow the path.
So yeah, there's the plateau is just a picture like a large obelisk of kind of rust-colored stone, and on one side of this this sheer cliff. I mean, it's not that wide. It's only a couple of 100 feet wide. It's just very tall. So it's like a big spire. It's got like a switchback road going back and forward. Large rocks completely block the path at various stages of this trail. And then on the other side, from what you guys could see, there's no path. It's just like a sheer, straight up vertical climb. The path is on the north side of the plateau. And yeah, the actual path itself is probably a few miles long because it goes back on itself that many times. There are tumbled boulders. You're hovering above the path at the moment. There are these large tangled roots just kind of jutting out, and some kind of stunted trees splitting through the ground. Large boulders and rocks. You can hear some crickets chirping. It's dark. It's warm. There's a couple of dinosaurs screeching off in the distance. Maybe like pterodactyls or something. Ah!
Well, let's fly to the top of the plateau and then go from there.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Alright, you guys fly up. Just basically cutting every single corner of the switchback road, but still following the path as Yazo suggested. And you're way higher than the tree line, and so you could just imagine the stunning view you would have here if it was day. Millhouse is gonna say that he's gonna catch up to you guys because he's something's gone wrong with Doggo, and the wings are just flapping around everywhere, and he's gonna catch up to you guys. But he lands on the pathway, and he'll be there soon. He says.
He's having some lag.
So finally, you get to the top, and you see some steps. So basically the lip of the plateau, it just veers directly into this natural cleft with a stone face. And there's steps cut into the stone face, and they lead up onto the top of the plateau. And you actually notice a fresco on the wall. So there is a plaque, stone plaque. And let me just see everyone's light sources. Talum, Yazo, Petra. Alright. Petra, it's dark for you. You need some sort of light source.
Yeah, I'll strike a torch.
Okay.
I'll cast light on the torch.
Okay.
I don't need light anymore.
Even if the torch goes out, it's still going to be lit. Alright, so you guys arrive here. You haven't quite got to this part of the map yet, but I've just put you there.
These skulls looking fighting.
The rain's kind of picked up a bit, and it's quite windy, and you'd almost say that it's cold if it wasn't so damn humid because of the wind and the altitude.
I'm almost cold.
See, he said it. oxygen level here is a little bit lower, so some of you are probably breathing heavily because you're so high. But yeah, so there is just like a stone plaque, and as you hold your torch up to it, Petra, it illuminates some carvings, some frescoes. They are of jungle predators and erupting volcanoes. They're carved in shallow relief into the walls, and it uses some a creative use of the natural shape of the rock. And then these stone steps emerge onto the top of the plateau, and it looks like there was a city up here. There is a once grand but now decrepit wooden gateway that's basically been ripped off its hinges, and the gate that seals the entrance is you're pretty much standing on it now. There's just some rusted iron hinges sticking out of the side of this entryway, which is where Orion's standing. And in place of these hinges and where the gate would have been, there are now heaps of human skulls. Piles and piles of them. Dozens and dozens and dozens. They've been picked clean of all flesh. They've been bleached white by the sun. And as you've come up and illuminated the skulls, it's a little bit macabre, a little bit ominous. They seem to grin up at you from the roadway and down from atop these towering mounds. And through the darkness you can see stone walls. There's like a stone floor here, but jungle vines and trees have just split through the ground. There seems to be one edifice intact. You can see some wattle reed patchwork. It looks like a hut of some sorts. And it's raining. It's actually, I think there might be a storm tomorrow. It's starting to come down.
I said to Turig, these look like human skulls.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at the skulls.
You can make a medicine check to confirm. They very much look like human skulls to everyone. Alright, Turig, you can see, they've definitely been picked clean by maybe scavengers or something, but there's not a strip of flesh on the skulls. They've been here for quite some time, probably years, being bleached white by the sun. Some of them are quite brittle.
I take a look at Orion and Petra, examine their heads, and look down at the skulls. This used kind skull.
Yazo, you
Yes?
how are you at the sneaking around?
I'm okay. I'm a dwarf, but I'm alright.
Would you like to come with me and investigate that hut over there very quietly?
Well, I wasn't going to go on my own.
I'll go with you. And we'll try to see if there's anything or anyone in there that likes to pick human skulls clean.
Okay, it sounds good. And look out for the navel moon.
We will keep that in mind. I'd like to find that too.
You go first then.
Alright.
Alright, it's quite windy. You guys are kind of yelling at each other to hear each other.
I was going to try to stealth in, but if we're yelling, I guess there's no point.
You're yelling because you can't hear each other. So if you guys can barely hear each other, something 20 feet away from you wouldn't even hear you at all. So should make good for good stealthing. The rain would definitely cover any sounds you'd be making.
Well, I am a dwarf, so I'm having it go.
I'll try as well.
So yeah, this is like the entrance. The plateau is not that big. It's maybe 100 feet across on either side. It's kind of like square shaped. And as you step in, you can see the hut is over here. There's like a ruin. There must have been like a little settlement up here, but everything has fallen into decay. The only structure still intact is this lone hut at the edge of this field of basically boulders. That's all that's left of most of the walls here. the hut's made from thatch and animal hide. The entrance must be facing away from you, and it looks like the animal hides have been stretched over the rib cage of some immense reptile. And there are little totems surrounding the base of the hut. Animal skulls, wind chimes, feathers and shells. They're kind of rattling around wildly as this storm is beginning to pick up. And as you guys have snuck forward, suddenly, Petra, Talum, and Turig, something comes up behind you. It's Millhouse. Roll initiative.
I was going to say, oh dear.
He walked into 10 feet. I'll reaction attack him.
He's caught up to you guys. Alright, so you've snuck up. You're staying low to the ground. The sound of the storm is covering any sound you're making, and doesn't seem to be any animals or anything up here. And there's kind of like a window, you could say. It's like a small gap in the wall, and you swear you see something move by it, like there's something in the hut.
Can I use my mage hand and take a dart and cut open the hut?
Mage hand.
But I've got the strong mage hand.
It can't attack, so it can't cut open like something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, like to cut things open, you're basically attacking them and doing damage. Mage hand is not strong enough for that. Your Legiman is more like, it's not stronger, but it's more more dexterous.
So can I use it to check for traps in front of me and Orion then?
You would like a pressure plate?
Yeah, pressure plates and just like fill in front of us.
Most pressure plates, they do require a fair bit of weight. You would know, Yazo. Usually like at least 50 pounds. So the mage hand, it can't really. It's not strong enough to push down a pressure plate.
Okay.
To check for traps.
I'll do it.
To check for traps, it's a perception check, and it's disadvantaged because of the low light. If there was like a magical glyph or something, you wouldn't expect it to go off with a mage hand, because those sort of spells activate from creatures, not spells usually.
Okay, so
you take a look around and you're looking for hazards. Everything's in black and white. You've got a little bit of Petra's torch, which pretty much blew out straight away, like when she reached the plateau, but it's still illuminated from Talon's light cantrip. And you're looking out to see if, I don't know, maybe there's like a snare or something set up, you would imagine. There doesn't look to be any hazards in front of you.
Seems safe, Orion.
Shh. You go that way, and I'll point to the other. I'll point over here.
No, I'm following you, big man.
All right.
I'm trying to drag on the mage hand template for you, Yazu, so you can move it around if you want, but it's just not even loading in. It's just, I have to reload my page actually now. Oh, there we go. There's your mage hand, Yazu. You can move it around if you wanted to have it somewhere too. It's like a little animated template. It's kind of cool.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm obviously having that invisible, and I've also got a giant dwarven shield with like a stone dwarven face on it in my other hand.
Okay. You're using a shield?
I am. I got medium armor.
Okay.
Medium armor master.
Okay, cool.
Or the other, what's it called? Medium armor.
Would you say that you're moderately armored?
Moderately armored, yeah. That one.
Alright. Yazo seems moderately armored to you, Orion, as he moves
But
forward.
it also gives you shields, which is the point. So.
Okay. It's basically just like a giant beard. There's like very little dwarf face on the carving. It's all beard and no face.
And the rapier sticks through one of the eyes on the shield.
Cool. Nice. That's nice. So yeah, there are gaps in the wall here. You turn around, everyone's still just huddled together in the freezing cold. Well, it's not freezing cold. It's actually just normal temperature, really, with the humidity. And there's a small riser. It's like 3 feet tall, and there's some steps leading up onto this small riser where the hut is built.
Now that we're in this room, I want to make a check for traps or anything.
Now you can make a perception check at disadvantage. Everything's in black and white.
Can I assist him?
You can make your own one to look around. They can't really help him to see better though.
I should have got one of these in my specializations.
You guys take a look around, and for everything within your field of view, nothing looks like particularly hazardous. So the plateau kind of drops off in this direction after some distance. Other than that, yeah. Can
I signal to everybody else that it's safe?
We don't know that yet. Stop it. There's somebody in that hut.
Well, that room's safe.
All right. Come on, let's go see who this person is.
All right.
I've got the advanced fog of war on. Let me turn that off because it could glitch up the game.
They were sneaking. Forgot.
There we go. Alright, so it looks like the entrance of the hut is east facing. It's a little bit ominous, really.
Can I open the hut? No, just get closer.
You can't see the entrance yet, really. It's east facing, so it's over here. And there is just basically a curtain of lengths of bamboo, almost like a wind chime, kind of bouncing around and rattling in the wind wildly. And there's some sort of humming. You can hear like a humming inside. You can hear this faint humming through the wind. And there's like a smell of smoke that drifts over you. It emanates from the hut.
Isn't it collected from somewhere?
Sorry?
Can we throw a rock?
We have to collect the baby from somewhere, right?
So you're at Mabala at the moment, Millhouse. You've left Camp Vengeance. Unfortunately, Undril had to make the ultimate sacrifice and stay behind in your place, so you weren't conscripted to the Order of the Gauntlet.
What do you mean? He was already part of it. What do you mean conscripted?
So you guys weren't. Remember, you were told that you had to go to the jungle for 2 weeks, and if you failed to do that, then you'd be killed. Because that's what they do. That's a logical thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So entrance is over here. You can kind of just see the bamboo curtain kind of wildly flying up in the wind. It's a bit of a wild storm. And yeah, it's basically open. You kind of start to peer around the corner, Orion. If you wish to hide, make a stealth check, Orion.
I do.
You have advantage on anyone. You don't need to from where you are, Yazu. I guess you can make one anyway. You have advantage on any check that would be to hear you because of this wind. And you can't quite see inside the hut from where you're standing. Entrance is right around the corner here.
Continue creeping forward.
So, can I use my mage hand to tap Tuig and just so he gets an idea to come this way?
Yeah, you can move up within 30 feet and do that.
Yeah, so I'll do that then. I'll just get to the end here. I'll give him a tap.
Okay, he can see you as well. We can wave him over if you need to.
Alright, so I will start going forward then.
Alright,
I
you
couldn't
move
shout
forward
because of the wind.
through the remains of this truly ancient-looking city.
Do I need to make a stealth check?
Not from where you are. You'd be stealthing against whatever's inside the hut, because that's the only other creature that you are aware of. If you get up close enough where, like, Orion is, then you will need to.
What?
Stinky over there.
What you want?
I'll point to Orion.
I'll try to just peek around this corner.
Alright, all of a sudden, as you step around the corner, there's like a flash of lightning that like illuminates everything. It's kind of, everyone who's standing near the skulls see all these ghastly skulls light up, and it lights up the entire plateau of Mabala for a brief moment, and then just like that, the rain and the wind completely stops. And as you peer around the corner, Orion, you see a creature shuffling around the hut, hunched over in an animal-like posture. You realize it's a human woman, impossibly old. She's crippled by arthritis, blinded by cataracts. Her dark face and bald pate are outlined with streaks of yellow clay, suggesting the shapes of a skull, some sort of shaman or witch doctor. And perhaps it's just her shriveled flesh creating that illusion. And she turns around. There looks to be like a little bit of a kitchen here. And she looks right at you and starts walking towards you. And when she gets close to the door, she just turns around and takes a saucepan off the stove. She looks like she's completely blind.
I would like to observe her for a little bit and see what, if possible, what she's making. Maybe she's going to signal everybody to stop.
She's it smells like some sort of meat stew. It's kind of nice. So it smells like there's some vegetables in there. And she has like a grisly looking necklace. It's made of long, it looks like dinosaur claws. And she does have a skull necklace as well. A second necklace. A very large skull. Could be a dwarf skull. She has it kind of nestled in between her chest. And she has like a brown rag bundled up, concealing her hair. And she just seems to be cooking.
I'll try to stealth back the way I came. Back toward the party.
Where you going, Orion?
Shh. And I'll get these two together and I'll say, listen, let's go back. Let's go back to the party.
That sounds good. That sounds good to me.
Alright, y'all. Here's what's up. There's a wise woman, a hag of some kind in there. I don't know if you guys want to mess with that, but we should probably talk about it. She might be a good resource, but I don't know. Shamans are powerful generally, but with trouble. What do y'all think?
We should give you another day's wings.
We can go and deal with her like we do with everyone. It's not like anything bad is gonna happen.
I want to know why you think she's a hag or a shaman.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, her appearance is similar to what druids I've met with wise women from my tribe.
But from the description you're giving, she's like any old woman I've seen, really.
I don't know, she had tribal markings on her face. Yes. Take a look at that, buddy.
It's not skulls. I'd say
Yeah,
they're
I didn't.
rib bones.
Nice.
Oh no, there's a skull. I'll let you off.
Did you take a selfie of her?
I didn't know you would culture shame here, Orion.
I'm just saying that we are in Chult, and an old woman living alone is something to be wary of.
Oh, and these skulls are okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This may not be what we think it is. Just be careful. I wanted to know what you guys think about what we should do here.
No, not what we think about. What does Millhouse think about? Because
What?
he's always right.
Is this another detour?
Well, we were told to seek wisdom in Orlunga, which is west of here, and this old lady might know exactly where it is.
If not, we got to go back to the camp and kill undead.
I just feel the skulls are a pretty prominent warning to fuck off.
We got a cleric.
We can always wait till there.
Is there a reason to stay here? Like, is there a reason we need to mess with her? I mean, besides the fact that she might know exactly where Orlunga is?
She might have the stone.
Maybe there's the horde of the dragon hag.
She did seem to know a lot about death.
It might be worth talking to her.
You don't have to kill her.
There's a lot of stuff here. Well, a lot of corpses. Maybe she looted something valuable.
How far through the night are we already?
Say again?
How far through the night are we?
4 squares.
We're 4 squares from Camp Vengeance.
How far through the night? Like,
It's getting late.
You mean like 10 o'clock?
You don't have that measurement of time. you refer to time like, midday, afternoon.
What do you mean? I
Sun
take
up,
out my first watch.
sundown. Some places do track time with bells. So maybe if you did that, then you'd say maybe it could be anywhere between 7 bells or 10 bells.
Well, has the moon in the center of the sky yet, or is it past where it usually goes down? Or
You could make a
I
survival
guess-
check to see if your character would think of that or even know that.
Well, does Toril even have question?
Salune, yeah, it's got a moon, and the Tears of Salune is like an asteroid that kind of trails it. You're not sure, Petra. Not sure
also,
what time it is, but you guys feel like time's not really that relevant in the jungle anyway.
well, we still have that monster guide we bought at the start, right?
Yeah,
I have it, yeah.
Alright. So I feel we can rule out it being a hag, seeing as the monster guide says hags usually take on the appearance of a younger woman.
Okay. So that
Is it-
means she's okay to approach, and she's just an old person living in the ruins of Mbala by herself.
She's a seer then.
Well, can I look through the book to see if that's what it says?
all right. You
Fair enough.
go to Volo's and you take a look at the hag section, and I can give you a big handout of about hags, but basically I'll just tell you like what I know. There's pages and pages of text about hags, but what they do is they do obviously take the form of other creatures. It doesn't necessarily mean to be a younger woman. Hags pride themselves on their horrific appearances, and usually they will try to make themselves look as ghastly as possible. They could easily take on the form of an old crone. They usually live in solitary, and if they don't, they live in a group of 3, which they form a coven. Even as a coven, they still hate their other sisters. They absolutely abhor them. They like to gather pieces of other creatures, toenail clippings, hairs, blood, and they use these components for dark rituals, maybe scrying, or maybe even to create a clone of a creature. And they do feast on humans. They like to manipulate people, and they take great joy in seeing people being tormented, and they particularly like children. They will take the child and cook them up in a stew, or use them for some sort of resurrection ritual, like some sort of horrible animal monster. Only a true monster would do that.
So yeah, it's possible it could be a hag. Was she the only one that you saw around here?
That's the only person in the hut.
Or maybe there's 2 more in the other corridors.
Do you want to go check?
I reckon given they won't necessarily attack us straight out. So given that, but it's still an unknown situation, I'd rather wait for day.
I'm fine with waiting for day.
I mean,
I reckon we should approach, but wait for day.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, it would work in our favour.
Where do you want to camp tonight? We're going to lose the wings at dawn.
So why don't we camp like out here somewhere?
It's pretty close. She
We
might
just
discover
take
us on
shifts.
her own. Okay.
We take shifts.
It's still really close.
Right outside the hut.
Alright, as you guys
Why not,
are talking here, there's a flash of lightning, and you look over, and standing there, right in front of you, staring at you all directly at this arch, is the old crone.
Ah, shit.
Looking at you with these cataract eyes. She's kind of looking above everyone, and she calls out. She has like a stick in her hand, and she's tapping around on the ground. Who's there?
Is Granny Shitlicker?
Turug's going in.
Is someone there?
Visitors to your abode, noble seer?
Oh, visitors! Here in Mubala! I hardly believe it! Stay away!
Okay. We won't approach if you don't want us to.
What do you want?
We are simple explorers, wondering if you know anything about the area.
How many are you?
5 to 10.
That's a broad number.
Ryan couldn't count.
You don't mean to do me harm, do you? I'm just an old lady. I barely have the means to defend myself.
We would not dream of it.
Can I insight check that if she's actually harmless?
Sure.
Yeah,
She
I want
means
to.
that she's harmless.
You wouldn't be able to tell if she's harmless with an insight check, but you could see if she's lying, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see.
I want to try as well.
Sure.
Can I hide?
From a blind
Can't
person?
You succeed.
Yes. She can't see. She's blind. Alright, yeah. You feel like she's worried. She's generally worried because there's a large number of you and she's like by herself. You feel like she's concerned that you're going to attack her or something.
Well, I speak out. What's with all these skulls around here?
What skulls? She looks around blindly.
You know, these bone skulls everywhere. You might have felt one on your chest.
Oh, this. And she handles the skull on her chest. Oh, this was my son. This is
It's not
all
a
I
dwarf.
have left of him. It's not a dwarf. It's a big skull. It could have been a dwarf skull. And she just kind of sinks her head. All the other villagers have been killed. Winged creatures took them all. And I'm all that remains.
Our condolences.
I guess those terrafolk didn't want me. Perhaps I'm too stringy or too wily for the predators. You must be tired. Come inside if you mean me no harm.
We would love to. Thank you for your hospitality.
Taps around and finds her way back to her hut.
I'm not staying in there.
What do you mean you're not staying
Are
in
you
there?
hungry?
You've been invited.
I've got some
It's
lizard stew on the go.
But she just said her entire village was decimated and she's living out here all alone. Ow.
Poor
Yeah.
her.
If Terrafolk did take them, there wouldn't be this many skulls in the front.
How about a few of us
Yeah,
don't go in, and others of us go in?
Let me
How
help
about we
you
don't
out here.
split the party? Talon's already charged ahead.
Kind of windy. Standing close to the edge of the plateau could be dangerous. Could get blown off. 1,800 feet. Gravity.
Gravity. The biggest killer of this campaign.
I am fine with camping right in this area right here. That's away from the plateau. That's away from the edge.
I know we're on a plateau.
Alright, as you guys are... it's a plateau. 1,800 foot tall plateau. So, as some of you have entered, the old crone's already taken this wooden ladle and she's boiling up soup. Delicious smelling soup for everyone. It's a very simple abode. It's like a wooden edifice. It's been stretched, it's animal hide stretched over the rib bones of some enormous creature. The shelves are completely lined with the walls are completely lined with shelves. There's like just a mat on the ground that looks like she sleeps on. A single wooden table, 2 wooden seats, and just crockery, cutlery, and it's a very small living area. And she's got like a brick oven built into the wall here with a chimney extending out the top. So she says, I was cooking up some soup for my pets, but if you're hungry and weary, I can spare some for you instead.
I'm sorry, your pets?
Oh yes. Monkeys. They are my only companions. They live in the trees. They gather me food and supplies so that I may live another day. Not that there is much to live for out here. Death is upon us all.
Just laugh there.
And may I ask, how long have you been blind for?
Oh, what is time, my dear? I'm not sure. My vision has faded. I do not see. And as she's speaking, she's like, her hands are kind of shaking, and she's got this wooden bowl of soup, and she's kind of starts to slurp at it and puts the wooden spoon up to like the side of her face and like misses a couple of times before she gets it in her mouth. Why don't you come in? It's awfully cold out there. Shelter yourself from the elements, my dear. For they are not the worst. I could get you.
I would say it's almost cold.
Oh, adventurers! You're an awful long way from wherever you come from. What brings you here? What are your names?
My name is Orion, and we're searching for Orlunga.
Ah, it must be nice to recall your name so quickly. I forget mine from time to time. Orlunga, you say?
Yes, we believe it's somewhere close to here.
Ah, I think I know where that is, yes. And what do adventurers like you want with some old ziggurat? I heard there is a Naga who resides there, a creature of great knowledge.
Well, that's more than we knew about the area. We're adventurers. Our travels take us everywhere. Is there anything that you need? Anything we can do for you to make your life easier here?
My dear, that's awfully kind of you, but it's awfully rude of you to not even all introduce yourselves first before entering my abode.
My name's Stalin.
Ah, you sound like a nice boy.
Oh,
There are?
yeah,
How many of you again? I hear others that do not speak.
My name's Grub Rock Salt.
Ah, Grub Rock Salt. A charming name.
Thank you.
So there are 5 of you. I hear chanting outside. Is that a 6th? You do not need to sanctify my hut. There is no evil that lurks here. Oh, how rude of me. I didn't even introduce myself. What is my name again? Give me a moment, dears, please. I only ask your numbers so I may pour you all soup. And she pours a 6 bowl of soup.
I just, since I'm not really using it otherwise, divine sense, just for curiosity's sake.
Alright, you use divine sense. You try to see if she's celestial, fiend, or undead, and she is none of those.
And anything discredited or consecrated here?
No.
Alright.
And
No Stratvan Zorovich as well?
oh wait. Oh no, let me check. No. Alright, she takes a good 2 or 3 minutes to finally recall her name. Oh yes! That's what they call me! Nanny Poo Poo!
Solid.
Why are you snickering?
Oh, well, in Waterdeep, babies used word poo-poo as poop.
Babies, you say?
Crap.
Do you have children?
Why, do you need sacrifices?
Okay.
What?
Jesus, tell him.
Come on. I'm just curious.
What are you saying? What are you suggesting, boy?
Oh, nothing really. I mean,
I'm sure he means nothing by it. His mouth runs faster than his sense sometimes.
Why have you not drunk your soup? I have slaved away making you my poo-poo special. Now drink your poo-poo. Let it go cold, or I feed it to the monkey.
while this is happening, can I? I mean, can I just tell her we'll wait 10 minutes before I eat my soup?
So you tell her that you want to wait 10 minutes?
Yeah.
But dear, it will be cold by then. You should eat
no,
your
it's gonna
soup
be
when
perfect.
it's warm and fresh.
Oh no, it's gonna be perfect. As I cast Purify Food, I won't drink.
Alright, so you start doing a ritual as well. Alright, she doesn't take kindly to you just starting to cast spells in her hut. And she kind of jumps back hesitantly. What are you doing? Stop! And she kind of cowers in the corner. Doesn't seem to know what you're doing.
Can I try to speak soothingly to her and try to calm her down, if at all possible?
What do you say?
He means nothing by it. I'm so sorry. We mean no offense or anything. We're just a little suspicious for many days on the road.
Help me!
I'll make the bloody soup.
Is this my end? Are you working with the winged folk to kill me?
Of course not. Of course not. We are enemies of the Terrafu ourselves. We've encountered them, unfortunately.
And killed a lot of them as well.
What magic is he using? What will he do to me?
This will not affect you at all. He's simply making sure that no harm will come to him.
Make a persuasion check, Orion.
Yep, I'm great at those.
Whatever magic you're doing, not in my hut! Out! Out with you!
I'll just go drink all the soup. Every single one.
You're gonna drink it, Yazo?
Can I tell her that I'm doing a prayer before I'm eating?
You can make a persuasion check at disadvantage. She's already told you to get out. She's not really...
okay. Can I drink the soup? The poo-poo soup?
Yeah, alright, while this is happening, Yazo is just taking this soup and it's kind of like a reddish color. And you slurp it up and it tastes kind of gamey. It's not exactly pleasant.
It's rabbit.
But, nope, it's definitely not rabbit. It's lizard soup, she said so. And yeah, there's like a lizard tail in there. All in all, I mean, it's not horrible. It seems to be quite nutritious.
I'm gonna stick one in Orion's lap.
Yeah, there's some roots and stuff in it, and it's not bad at all. Alright, Talum. She grumbles to you. And by what god do you wish to say your prayers? Abteo has forsaken us. We must turn to other gods in these dark times.
Well, I mean, I follow the god Paler, if you've heard of it.
She jingles her skull and her bone necklace as she speaks. Ha! You'll say no such prayers to your god in my hut. However, if you wish to make yourselves useful... Yeah, Detect Magic's gone up by now, Millhouse. And the only magic you're detecting in the area is the magic coming off your allies.
Seeing as they're all in the hut, I'll let Petra know that. given all the yelling going on about magic in there, I probably would want to announce it in the hut.
As you come into range of her, and you come around the corner, you are detecting, well, you haven't moved yet, but if you are moving around there, I presume you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Then,
I was
yeah,
having stuff.
you'll actually detect a sense of magic coming off of her. It's
What?
Oh.
You can like kind of zone in on that detect magic, and you'll discover that it's just go up and throw up the spell for me as well, Millhouse. Yeah, you'll discover that it's do you have that do you prepare spells as an artificer?
Yes.
Okay. Can you do rituals if you don't have them prepared as an artificer? I know
You have to.
wizards wizards can do rituals like if they don't have them prepared. But like clerics or only wizards can do them if they don't have them prepared. I'm not sure about artificer though. I have to take a look. If not, you're gonna have to burn the spell slot. It's only a first level slot. Let me check for artificer. I actually don't even know that. It's kind of new. Ritual casting. I'll just quickly look this up now so we know. If you have the spell prepared, so you need to have it prepared. So that'll cost the spell slot this time.
I'll use the spell slot.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay. So you sense some magic, and then you can use your action to actually see a faint aura around her, and see like its school of magic, if any. And it has a school, illusion magic.
Oh, the worst one.
Yeah, that is the worst one. I can do illusion magic.
So she's got some sort of disguise on.
So I've got the disguise self spell. Would that make me any inkling of to know if it is a disguise spell?
You don't. Only Millhouse knows this. Only Millhouse is sensing this. It doesn't. There's no. He hasn't said anything. There's no indication that he knows that.
I'll call out from over here. She's using this illusion magic.
Okay. You could have been. Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, I stopped casting.
Well,
That's very insightful of you, dear. Oh yes, Nanny Poo Poo knows a trick or two. Forgive me that I don't show you my true appearance. It's much more horrifying than this. But I know other tricks as well. I hope that doesn't offend you, my dear.
What appearance you take while in your own home is, of course, entirely up to you.
Yes, it is.
So, let's go back to our discussion of how you can help me and how I can help you. How is the soup, by the way?
It tastes like rabbit.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's fresh. Just lizard and roots and water, nothing else. Clean soup. Now, tell me what it is you truly seek. Nanny Poo Poo can help you, for I know this land, and I know its secret, among others.
We see Kasarak.
I don't know that
Source.
secret. Who's that?
The source of the death curse, perhaps?
Death curse, my dear? What is death to those who can overcome it? I'm not sure what curse you speak of, But death
Neighbor of
has
the
never
moon.
been an obstacle for me. Have you lost a loved one? Perhaps? Has
Yes.
the Reaper taken them from you?
Come to everybody.
Well, there is a way to bring them back. What
With the
is death to one that cannot ever truly die?
unconscious.
There is a ritual that I know. A ritual that can turn the dead and bring them back into life. However, I would not do this ritual for you for free. Is that something that you're interested in, dear? Have you come here to regain a lost loved one, perhaps? Or a companion that the horrors of Chult has taken from you?
I mean, it was just our honeymoon. Yes.
You could return Wawax to us.
When was the last time that you have tried to raise someone from the dead?
I believe you are mistaken, my dear. I never said I will raise someone from the dead. That which is dead can never truly die. I will raise them as a zombie.
Gotcha.
That's what I thought.
Well, that's a kind offer you make. We're hoping to find Orlunga. If you know where that is, perhaps we could do you a service in exchange for that information.
Perhaps you can. Oh, yes, I know where Orlunga is. You seek the wise knowledge of Saja Nabaza, the great snake. Oh, what I wouldn't give for some of his iridescent scales. Very well, if you're not after the right of stolen life, there is but one other thing you could do for me. Clear those nasty terror folk from my village. Make it so, and I will tell you the precise location of Orlunga.
Great. Can you give us details on the Terrafolk? Where are they? How many?
On the south-facing side of this plateau, there is a path, no doubt, that you took to get up here. Now, on the north-facing side, there is nothing but a sheer cliff. Several hundred feet down that cliff, there is a cave. That is where the Terrafolk lair, hunting and picking and scavenging. Ha! They sicken me. But I know another way. Perhaps there is another entrance. I smell their foul scent rising into my hut every now and again. Be sure to take them all out. Oh, and bring me one of their bodies. They're quite delicious.
And if we do this for you, you'll tell us where Orlunga is.
Of course. And I'll even give you a special reward. Perhaps a potion or two.
This is a grim but acceptable deal. Everybody, how's that sound?
We do need potions.
Well, I mean, any reason to find Orlunga can be a good reason to do it, right?
So if anyone wants to bring back a dead character, she does have the ability to do that. with this right of stolen life. It sounds like they'll be coming back as an undead, though.
Interesting.
Which
Well,
they kind of defy the death curse.
Do we know if we need the body, or we'd have to RP more to find that out?
She never specified, and no one ever asked.
Okay.
But she's standing right in front of you, so you can ask her if you're interested.
To bring back a friend who's fallen in Chult, would we have to present you with the body, or could you simply make them undead again?
And as she's like speaking to you, Ryan, she's like looking like off center to you, and it's kind of off putting. But she smiles with these yellow and missing teeth. Well, that depends. Nothing is free. I can return them to life if I have their body. It does require 3 things. Their corpse, or a corpse at least. A gemstone worth 100 gold. And the sacrifice of another humanoid. Of course! The sacrifice of a humanoid can bring 2 elements at once. And she pulls out this rusty bloodstained dagger. And she comes over to you, Orion. She reaches out her hand and she grabs a loaf of bread and she slices you off a piece of bread. Some bread with your soup, dear.
Oh, thank you. Very kind of you.
What an interaction.
I'll finish my soup and I'll eat the bread.
Come on, Orion, we gotta go.
The bread is like kind of moldy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure like how she's getting flour as well to make this bread, but it's kind of gritty.
Thank you for your hospitality. We're gonna go kill some terrafolk.
There's like something like kind of hard. You kind of bite into it with your teeth, and you kind of spit it out to your hand, and it looks like a little fragment of bone.
Okay.
Can we wait till day to do this? Because again, if I can't see them and they fly out of my range, I won't be able to.
Well,
I'm
let's
no
discuss this
good at
after
terrafolk.
we're out. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to bring back a dead character? Victor. Maybe.
No, he's dead. He's dead. Maybe if somebody else wants to bring him back and he's in the pool, that's cool. But it's up to your characters.
Are you saying that you're going to make the sacrifice? The ultimate sacrifice?
No. Carry on.
No. I mean, Levin could. I mean, maybe, you know. But of course, that wouldn't be characteristic.
You can have the character sheet.
Alright, so Nanny Poo Poo, she says that there's a cave where the terrafolk nest. It's on the northern lip of the plateau, and it's basically on a sheer cliff face, which wouldn't be hard for you guys to travel down because you've got the wings. And she does believe there's another entrance as well around somewhere, because she kind of catches their scent.
Well, thank you, Nanny Poo Poo, for your hospitality. We're gonna go now. We'll see you later.
Of course. Let me know when it is done. Poo Poo will be waiting here for you. She does her evil laugh because why not? You're not even sure what's funny, but she just chuckles anyway.
Can we just run really fast out of this dungeon?
And we have wings. Why not use them?
Just go fight Terrafolk. They don't even have their flight advantage anymore against us.
Yeah, let's just fly down that north face, find that area, and then stop them from leaving.
Yeah, exactly. Easy.
I'm a dwarf.
Easy as
no
moldy.
wings.
Alright,
Easy as
so the north
moldy
facing
bread.
cliff face. So yeah, it seems to there to be like, she reckons there's another entrance, so do you guys want to try and find that, or do you want to go for the cliff face? The open cave on the cliff face.
We're not very stealthy. I think we will need to fight everyone anyway. So
What time is it right now?
That's
Or-
rude.
It's night
Around
time.
what time is it? Okay. Do we know how many bells it would be until sunrise?
You can make a survival check.
I say just tell him.
It's definitely
What do you think
not.
I'm
It's
not
definitely
stealthy?
not like that late. It's not like early in the morning. You know that. It's
Gotcha.
late at night.
Then I say
Yeah, you
we
feel
go
like
to
you
the
could
wings
probably
down
go to sleep now. Like you guys are starting to feel a little bit tired.
wait, what were you saying?
I'm stealthy.
Yeah. Well. All right.
I'll go to sleep then.
Well, I don't want to. I say we use the wings now. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
No, that's silly.
Millhouse, what do you think?
I reckon if we push this, we probably won't. We'll probably be pretty exhausted come tomorrow. But on the other hand, I don't want to meet the fate of Reinhardt.
Yes, that's true.
I say we go to the north side of the face and with our wings go fight the Terrafoot. Like right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh.
So what you guys want to do? Everyone in agreement? You're flying over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Petra?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys head to the north part of the plateau. It's very dark. You look down over the side of the cliff and you can smell some smoke. And there must be a cave entrance down there somewhere. You guys leap off the edge of the plateau and start to flutter and then slowly descend down the sheer cliff face. Let me just grab everyone's token. May as well take a 10-minute break now. When we get back, we'll be at the Terrafolk Cave. I'll see you guys soon.
So, Yazo, do you use ranged weapons or are you melee?
I am a melee.
Alright. I kind of need to use my bow if we're going to be fighting in air.
That's fine.
If I could use you while on my back, that'd be great. If somebody else who's also melee could hold you, that'd be awesome too.
Well, I have a two-hander, so there's no way in hell.
Ragnar could carry me.
Is Ragnar with us?
He was with
Supposedly.
us.
He also doesn't have wings though.
Well, he has everything.
Well, let's just say Orion is carrying both Ragd and Yazo.
He
Why
sandwiched
is
him.
Ragd teleporting around?
Is Millhouse's dog flying? So I can sit on the back of the dog.
No, he's he's in the bag of holding,
He is.
which is a great way around that, by the way.
Oh, we can just throw Yazo inside the bag of holding and just leave his head out
No,
or something.
You're suffocating the bag of holding.
But we can just leave your head out.
No. No. I'd rather go on Turing.
Turg can't fly as well, I think.
Turing's
No, he can fly.
He can turn
he
into
was
a flying thing.
Well then.
Can he turn into a flying thing or not?
Well, my backup character sheet is actually ready now.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
I just need Seb's approval that he might actually work.
Is it a
Okay.
cleric?
Well, I did specify that I'm going cleric. I actually have never played a cleric, so... Well, I mean, he has a good backstory to fit in. Well,
You guys better try your fucking hardest to keep Millhouse alive. Because if he dies, I'm coming back as a wild sorcerer mage.
I say go for it.
and
There's-
just rough
That's where the real
fireballs.
fun begins.
Are you gonna quick cast fireballs all the time?
I wanted to go for the machine gun Sawlock, but I don't think this campaign's gonna go far enough for that to happen.
Well, I mean, actually, that's kind of fucking ridiculous when you come to. Well, I mean, Hexblade Warlock with the what you call it with the
Quick cast.
quick cast would be so fucking painful. I can't imagine those 100 damage dies just like 100 damage per turn. Yeah, that's my specialty.
I just think of using the like the pushback one, and each time like you're just pushing back 80 feet into the nothingness.
That would actually be hilarious. Or just pull him 80 feet towards you.
So even with like all these new expanded on like new races and all that, this is the go-to is still high elf, isn't it?
Well, I kind of did choose one of the new races for the backup character. Well, I mean, he's halfling, but with the mark, the dragon mark. Hopefully, Sub can allow it, since I reflavored the dragon mark a little bit. But, I mean, if he comes into play, oh boy, those healing dice is basically... We just need to take a minute and I think the whole party could be at full health, is what I'm saying.
I don't know, man. The best way to prevent damage is by killing everybody else. The best debuff is dead.
Well, the thing is, I'm just saying, like, we basically finish one fight and we're hardly, alive or whatever. Mid-combat, I could actually do it. Basically, I can dish out about 100 healing per minute. That's
What?
With one spell.
That is insanity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why hopefully Seb allows that character, because it can scale into beyond crazy healing. If I use multiple spells, yeah, I could dish out in a minute, like, I don't know, 300. But I really don't feel like that would be very efficient. Like, if I use only that one spell, then, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. And he's only level 5 and he can dish out that much. Imagine what happens when he hits like level 5 spell slots.
Well, I'm not healing you. I haven't got the healing spells.
You're going ASMR, aren't you? Like right now? I thought you were.
Nope. Well, now I'm ASMR, but you can see his picture. The Ostrich wands.
No, yeah, I mean your character now. Because I was going to ask, what's the difference between ASMR VG1 and EGTW?
EGTW, that's Eberron, I think.
Do you know what the difference between Volo's Guide and Eberron is?
I can check real quick.
What are we looking for?
Oh, there's 2 different ASMR.
ASMR race. I'm on it.
For Volo's Guide and Ereborn, apparently. But I don't know what the difference.
While he checks that, Millhouse, I don't want to accuse you of anything, but I may have been looking online, and I think Artificer does get access to Featherfall.
What?
So what?
Featherfall.
Featherfall? I don't want to, point any fingers here, but,
It doesn't mean I have it.
I also get access
I'm
to
not a
it.
paladin or anything like that.
I would love to be that new Graviturgist from Explorer's Guide to Wildmount that Seb was talking about. Just to be a wizard of gravity in this campaign.
Honestly, it's a monk, but I just wasn't
The enemy
alive
of
to
all.
do it.
I should go for it.
Oh, one of them from the Eberons is just a variant. Like, I don't know what the variant actually gives. Yeah, I know, it's basically the same one.
How you guys doing?
You lack some
Doing good.
features, though.
Alright.
Hey Seb, was that a joke earlier, or is Graviturgist and Chronologist actually okay for this campaign?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so, I heard you guys were asking about Ragda, so yeah, he's been with you. He's been in the backup expedition. He's kind of been a little bit quiet, and not sure if it's because, like, everyone has wings and he doesn't. But he didn't seem interested in heading to Mabala, and he got a little bit bit moody, and he just decided. He said that he doesn't want to be carried. He's gonna walk up by himself. So I feel like he's still making his way up the trail, or maybe he's just gonna camp out on that path for tonight.
But if he's saying that, I mean,
He just thinks that flying is cheating. He just wants to challenge himself. You know what it's like.
how am I getting up?
Someone will be carrying you, I'm guessing, because you don't have wings.
It could also be he saw Orion's new muscles and it just left him speechless.
Alright, so who is carrying Yazo? You can be like piggybacking.
Look, if it's dangerous, I'd rather go with Ragda.
Magda is not here.
I got you.
But no, I'll go. Can Turek turn into something quite beefy I can sit on top of? So you have wings, whatever it is.
I don't think he's in the chat right now, actually.
He's not.
Just like bailed out again.
I'll sit on whatever Turek is.
Turd can't fly yet, I don't think, but he does have wings. Like, he can't turn into flying creatures.
Maybe he had to restart his PC again because he had to do that earlier.
Well-
If he turns into a creature, then the wings will still be on the creature, because that's a druid, yeah?
He's restarting PC for 1 hour. I don't know what kind of potato he's using.
Well, I think you're going too advanced, buddy.
Alright, banana.
Now we might have to go down to rock for this one.
Well, that's technically how the processors are made, from a rock.
Yeah, but his is just all rock.
What's your setup like, Seb?
Let's focus on the game. So I'll just say that Turig's... I don't know. I'm sick of trying to figure out why his character's not here, so just he's not here. Okay, so who piggybacking on Yazo?
Well, we'd be Turig if Turig was there. If not, it'll be Orion.
Okay, you just clung to his back.
Even though Mirrorhouse has got a bigger beard, I think it'll probably be Mirrorhouse.
It would depend on someone's strength score. They have to be able to support your weight.
Okay, so Orion then. I thought Mirrorhouse is like a robotic man.
Oh, actually, I think Millhouse is like, what's your strength, Millhouse? Oh, it's 8, yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
If you jumped on his back, you'll both plummet.
Okay, so Orion it is then.
So Orion's moving at half movement speed with you clung to his neck. Keep in mind, there is another way down, apparently. You don't have to fly. You just have to try and find the other way. Alright, so this map that you guys are seeing, it's not top down. You're facing like the cliff. As you guys can see here, the cliff is sheer. It's riddled with just trees and plants growing on it. It's very dark, and like the top of the plateau is like literally the top of this map.
Well, like Seb said, there's always another way. You can all just fall down.
Let's search for the this entrance, and try to get our feet on solid ground as fast as possible.
There's a hole.
Alright, you start to fly down, and now so just move your token with Orion. As you take a look around, you can smell this smoke rising up from this cave. And yeah, it looks like the entrance of the Terrafolk cave.
There's the fucking cave.
Well, hey, that was easy. How do you want to play this?
We could all drop in.
Pretty sure they know we're here because, again, light.
Oh, sure. Alright, I'll fly down.
Avengers style?
Yeah, let's do some really cool drop-down stuff. Superhero landing. Can I take a second and see if there's any turf within sight or moving around within the cave from my angle?
Taking a look into the entrance of the cave, you just see a couple of feet of what looks like a flat lip of a cave. You can't see inside, because remember this is side facing.
Okay.
You could make a perception check to try and listen to see if you hear something.
I would love to.
It sounds like there are quite a few Terrafolk not too far inside the cave. You can almost hear the crackling of a fire, and you can see a little bit of light emanating out, as well as some smoke, and just some conversating in common. Just, what did you get today? A few bones? Yeah, not much meat on them. Huh? I heard you got some prey. Yeah, I found a couple of adventurers. 2 of them. Easy pickings. We surrender.
Oh, well, I'd get a sneak attack on.
You've got your shield on, right?
Shield and rapier.
So, if you let go of Orion, then you'll have to make a strength saving throw to hold on with just your legs alone. You're not in a very good spot for fighting where you are.
Can I sneak attack with the shield?
I don't understand the question. Sneak attack is
Okay.
when you make an attack with a ranged attack or a finesse weapon.
Okay.
A shield is not a finesse weapon or a ranged attack. Millhouse. So what are you doing for your turn, Yazo?
I'm gonna hold on. I can pray.
Okay. You can take the dodge action. If Orion's kind enough to let you into the cave or something like that, then you'll still be dodging for the rest of your turn.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And how far down is it from here?
The cave?
Mm-hmm.
This is the cave on the map.
Ah, okay.
Where they're coming from. Alright, Millhouse. You're up.
Millhouse will... He'll do some melee attacks against this one. You, Petra?
Okay. So everyone's flying speed is 30 feet as well. That hits, you run over and just hack the axe straight into the Terrafolk's wing, cutting through it and leaving it with a small injury. And you swing again, it's a narrow miss. The Terrafolk has to kind of strafe backwards to avoid the blow.
I'll provoke.
As you fly back, the Terrafolk is going to try and hit you with a javelin. It hits.
I'll take it.
Alright. He hits you for 11 piercing. And you fly back in to distract the Terrafolk from Petra. Detect magic. I'll take off your concentration as well, Millhouse. That would have gone down.
Just kill him immediately.
It doesn't kill him immediately.
Without my detect magic, I am nothing.
So, you're more than that. You've bested gravity so far.
No, he hasn't. He died.
Millhouse hasn't died.
Another Terrafolk flies out and he just emerges from the cave and heads straight up to Orion. And they just start spilling out. I'm not sure of their numbers, but there's a lot of them. This one flies out and let me check his movement. 20, 30. He's going to fly out and up around to Talum. And I just got to check something here. Quickly. Okay. He's going to attack you, Talum. He's going to try and hit you with his javelin. Miss. And he hits. Right. Takes one swing at you. A forward thrust. You dodge it. He reels back, thrusts again. The javelin connects. Take 8 piercing damage. Another Terrafolk flies out. He leaps from the lip of the cave and flies up, and he dives in at Petra with a dive attack using his javelin. As far as you guys know, these things, they can't see in the dark. He gives everyone a wide berth, I said. So, as in, does not get within 5 feet. And then he dives up at Petra again, using that same dive attack, javelin attack. And it's a miss. Petra.
So is he on top of me now, or is he past me?
He's in this square. You're in this square. He's flying next to you.
Okay. So I am going to Toll the Dead this one.
The Terrafolk fails and it withers. Its wings become really thin, and its face becomes skeletal and gaunt. It looks deathly ill, but it's still alive.
And they're going to take that as the end of my turn.
The API is going a bit slow, so if it doesn't kick in, I'll just skip it along. Alright, another Terrafolk spills out of the cave. And they just keep coming, one after another, one after another. And this one's going to come out of the cave. And he's going to fly in at Orion with a javelin. It hits. He slashes you with a javelin for 9 damage. And he's going to attack you again. He hits you again for another 9 piercing. Another Terrafolk spills forward. And he's going to fly over here at Yarzo. And he's going to try and bite Yarzo with this long beak. And it misses. He holds up the wooden shield and the stone shield, sorry, and just block the incoming attack. He claws at you.
Well, that'll get me.
He slashes you. He claws you for 5 damage.
Okay, actually, hang on a second, new character.
Okay.
I'll shield it.
Okay. You, is that, that's the Arcane Trickster thing, right?
Yeah, because you have to pick 2 from illusion or illusion and something else, and then 1 from whatever you want to.
Alright, so, I'll presume you didn't have your weapon drawn then, because it has a somatic component. So that means you need to have...
From that bit?
No. So somatic component means that you need to have a free hand to do like some little tricky hand gestures. So you've got shield in one hand and you're clung onto Orion with the other. So actually you don't have a free hand. If you,
I can't do that.
If you do, I'm going to have to make you... you're going to have to make a strength save to cling onto Orion with just your legs.
I'll do that then.
If you have Warcaster, you overcome that restriction as well. That's just one of the disadvantages of being a spellcaster and having a shield. You need Warcaster, really. Alright, you uncannily dodge it down to 2 points of damage. And he's going to claw at you with a third attack. And he misses you as you use your stone shield to block the attack. Talon.
Well then. Now, we're in a curious pickle. So what do? I will cast as my action. Nothing. I'm just gonna hit these guys and screw the rest. I'm gonna cast Halberd on this one.
He counterspells you with his AC.
He does. Alright, another one.
It hits. You catch the Terrafolk's torso and it's like red blood. It just kind of rolls down his olive-colored flesh. Are you throwing a smite? A line of radiant energy also sears through him with that attack. Still alive.
As my bonus action, I'm gonna sanctuary on myself.
Okay. More Terrafolk come spilling out of the cave. This one takes a dash action and gives everyone a wide berth. Lands in pretty much the only available space, which is behind Petra. They kind of perch their claws on the cliff face as they're fighting. They're also flapping their wings to stay aloft. Orion.
As a bonus action, Rage, Jaws, and I'll take 2 attacks on this one here. I'm just trying to bite him.
To hit. You just chomp onto his arm. Guy took a fucking bite out of me!
And then I heal 3 on that.
Right, it does. You have to agree with Nanny Poo Poo. It actually does kind of taste nice.
I think he said this one.
Was it this one?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay. I did the wrong one. Oh, yeah, you bite him on the neck in that case, and blood starts spurting out everywhere, and he's close to death.
And I will try second attack.
And that hits. You just snap onto his neck and rip your head to the side, and it just rips out his esophagus. And the Terrafolk just plummets, disappears into the darkness below.
Okay, and with Yazu on my back, he is half.
Yeah, you're effectively grappling him.
Then I'll fly down.
You've got him like kind of by the scruff, so you can kind of fight effectively. He's also kind of crawling on your back or whatever, however you want to flavor it.
I'm fighting with my jaws anyway, so I can be like cradling him like a baby and still bite people.
You grab it, you're holding him up by the beard. Okay, so yeah.
So I'll try to move there out of the Terrafolk's reach.
Yeah, this guy is definitely going to try and jab you. He misses.
And I'll move another 5. And are we over the cave face now?
Yeah. You can
I'll
take a look inside, and there's a bit of plant growth curling its way up into the entrance, and there's just like an uneven stone floor.
Can I take my next 5?
Yeah, you can fly inside.
Would I be within the other Terrafolk? The dimensions are kind of getting weird. Like, would I be out of their reach?
This one's going to attack you.
I will do that. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. And you can kind of swing Yazo around and put him on some solid ground.
Yes, I'll do that as soon as possible.
Alright. Terrafolk hits you. You take 5 damage. And then you'll be on the top-down map. So, there you go.
Okay.
And I'm going to double up the Terrafolk that you guys can see, because there's one literally right out the front of the cave mouth. And let me just remove some dynamic lighting. There we go. So you guys can see, like, now you're inside the cave. It's like a top-down view. This is like the jungle canopy way below, and there's a single Terrafolk there. Just going to tint him a different color so I don't mix him up with the other ones that... because he's doubled up, he's on both maps at once. So inside, there is some light. You see a campfire. There's a couple of Terrafolk here as well. And roughly I guess you could call it a triangular shaped cave. There's a room at the back. 2 Terrafolk just bringing spears up, and there's like some wooden logs surrounding the campfire in which the Terrafolk were sitting around.
Sorry, I meant to my turn.
That should be there. Alright, so this is the Terrafolk here. This guy, right next to you, his turn. He turns around, sees you guys slip by him into the cave, and I presume you're letting go of Yazo at this stage, Orion?
As soon as it's possible to put him on solid ground, I do.
Okay. That's going to become relevant because the Terrafolk's going to attack him now, and because he dodged, it's at disadvantage. And it misses.
What's the difference?
You take your shield, you hold it up, poof, he just bounces off your shield. He slashes at Orion with his second attack, and he misses. And he just stays hovering there next to the cave entrance. Meanwhile, a couple of the Terra folk that had started making their way forward inside the cave make their way up to Orion and Yazo. And one of them, he doesn't have a javelin, he's just unarmed. He claws at Orion. Misses. He claws at Yazo. It hits. For 6 slashing. And then he tries to bite Orion. And he hits. For 4 points of piercing damage. The other Terra folk that was kind of gathering a spear, a javelin, he rushes forward. He bottlenecks the entrance, so you can't get any deeper into the cave. You've literally got like a 5 by 10 foot platform that you're standing on. Anything beyond that is a sheer drop to the cliff below. And he's going to try and shove Yazo. Yazo, make an athletics or an acrobatics check. He tries to just run forward and tackle you off, push you off the cliff into your death. And you duck underneath that shove. And luckily, you beat gravity this time.
Dodging to wolf.
This guy is going to start stabbing at Talon. Oh, he's going to make a wisdom save. And he overcomes the sanctuary. He reels back and he puts every ounce of his strength into a forward thrust with his javelin. And he hits you for 20 points of piercing damage.
Who's your son, sorry?
Talon. And Talon's still alive, so he tries to remedy that by attacking him again. And he's going to make another wisdom save. I should do the saving throw first. 14?
Yeah, he saves it.
Okay, he succeeds, and he's going to hit you with that 20. Hits you for another 12 piercing damage, cutting through your armor, leaving you quite badly injured. And this Terra folk is going to dart in at Millhouse with a Terror Dive. And he's going to claw. And again, takes 2 swipes and he's just full short of Millhouse. He leans in with his large beak and tries to bite Millhouse and misses. This Terra folk is going to claw at Petra and hits. For 5 slashing. He's going to claw at Millhouse and miss. And then he's going to bite at Petra. And he snaps that large beak onto you, kind of like a drill actually. He just pecks you for 7 piercing. So although it looks like you're surrounded by the Terra folk on this map, you can simply fly above them, like outwards and above them. There's room for you guys to still move if you need to. Alright, Yazo, you're finally on the ground. Orion's let go of you and vice versa.
Okay, so to use my shield spell, can I stab? And can I still use my shield spell after that?
The shield spell requires a somatic component. So that means you need to have a free hand to cast that. If you've got a shield in one hand and a rapier in the other, you're not able to do somatic components unless you have the Warcaster feat.
Okay, so I'll stab him with the rapier then. So I'm doing a
Which
green
one?
flame blade rapier.
There's 3 of them.
The one I can get.
Okay.
So just do a rapier attack first, yeah, for green flame blade.
Yeah, you could make a macro with it. Oh, or have you already done it? Okay.
It's not as good as yours.
Oh, it looks... That looks.
So that's it. That looks basic, I know.
Wait. All right, so let me just try and work this out. So the 1d8 is the damage on the weapon. The sneak attack is there. The splash damage is there. And where's the actual rapier damage? Down there?
Yeah, down there. Yeah.
Let me just fix it up for you. You can do 2 damage types at once. So it's how much? It's 1d8 fire damage onto your actual attack, right?
Yes.
And then the splash damage is
1d8 plus my mod.
All right. And the splash damage is 1d8 plus your mod. Let me just fix this up. So what you can do is, I'm just gonna test it for you. This can be your attack, right? And then that does the attack, your sneak attack, and the fire damage. And then for the extra splash damage, you can just click that one. Oh, I need to put that into damage type 1. Plus 2. Try this again. There we go. Oh, why have you got sneak attack on there?
Sneak attack and everything.
You have a modifier for sneak attack, but I'm not seeing it on your damage modifier field, strangely. I don't know why.
You have to create it, I think.
Well, he's got one. It's not ticked. Okay. So let me, I don't know why it was doing that. Let me try again. Sorry about the delay, guys, but I'll just fix this up so it's going to be fixed in future. So there's a checkbox that you can check when you've got sneak attack on.
Yeah, I always have that one on.
Okay. There we go. Alright. It should be fixed. So next time it'll just be seamless. Alright, so you hit for 17 damage, and then alright, you stab that Terrafolk, you hit him in the torso, and he's quite badly injured. Then this green fire just leaps from that Terrafolk onto the one next to him, scorching him for 5 damage.
Okay, I can't really do anything else, to be honest. That's it.
Millhouse.
Oh, alright. Okay. I'm gonna do some quick measurements, so please give me a moment.
2 + 2 - 3 is 1. Quick math.
That's some quick maths. I'm gonna cast this one.
Alright, so 20-foot cube, 4x4. Right there. Those 3?
Yeah. Can you move it down 1?
Oh yeah, that'll hit 4.
There.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Alright, you throw out a fairy fire. The Terrafolk try to rapidly beat their wings and kind of throw this blanket of luminous magic off of them. What's your DC?
15.
Okay. This one, what color are you highlighting them?
Green.
Okay, that one and this one start to glow bright green and let off just a little bit of dim light in a 10-foot radius. Advantage on attacks, all attacks against them. And also, Orion and Yalso, you see this one next to you guys, illuminated.
And from the looks of it, that's all I got. Yes.
The Terrafolk is going to fly down to the cave And I'm going to move him on to the other map as well. I guess I'll put him on both maps. Just have to keep track of which one he is. Alright, so you guys, Yazo and Orion, you get pincer attacked. There are terrafolk on all sides of you all. He flies in and he starts poking at people with his javelin. First at Orion, he misses. Then at Yazo, and he misses. The terrafolk next to you, Talum, is going to attempt to slash at you. And he makes a wisdom save. He fails.
14.
He's going to try and slash at you again with a claw. And then he's going to try and bite you. And he's just held back by an invisible force for all 3 attacks. This terrafolk is going to try and stab Millhouse with a javelin. And then try and stab Petra with a javelin. The javelin glances your arm of Millhouse, he draws back and then he pokes Petra. Petra takes 6 piercing damage. Petra.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Shatter to hit this guy and try to get these 2 if I can.
Yeah, you can hit all 3. It's a good 10-foot area for that. You just hear a loud bang, and a heap of small plants and dirt and some small rocks just ripped off of the cliff face. The 3 terrafolk brace for impact. They try to overcome this explosion. This one is just ripped apart. He just goes flying. He's thrown off into the darkness below. Ripped apart. The terrafolk here, he gets a small injury. Pretty much completely braces for it. And the one that's illuminated by the Pharaoh fire, he's knocked back a little bit. It kind of splits through his wings and it leaves him injured.
And that will be the
clear a little bit of the rabble. The illuminated terrafolk, he flies back here, and then he does a bit of a dive attack. It's not as terrifying as his terror dive, but he just gets a bit of momentum and tries to do a straight thrust with the javelin at Millhouse. And he also succeeds. He just spears you directly with forward momentum for 19 points of damage. And that's the end of the terrafolk's turn. Talon.
You know what? I need to help out the back line, so I'm gonna attack that one.
Are we the back line?
That's a hit.
Yeah.
The tip of the halberd just catches the terrafolk slightly.
I'm gonna smite it.
I think it's time to disengage and go into the cave.
If you fall unconscious while you're flying, it's game over for your character. A line of radiant energy flashes through the terrafolk and he's looking bloodied now.
I was wondering what the hell just happened, and I remembered. Okay, another one.
That's another hit. You're smiting again?
Yeah, hell I am.
Alright, the halberd's just a big luminous bolt of radiant energy. And you put a bit of a kick into that. What you see, Millhouse, is that glowing halberd rips straight through the front of the terrafolk's chest. and Talon draws the halberd out. The Terrafolk, he falls, and a Terrafolk underneath him has to kind of strafe to the side so he doesn't just get collected.
Alright, and how's my bonus section gonna keep up the sanctuary? Because, yeah.
Okay.
Need to hold. With my last breath, I tell them, I will hold them down. Escape all you can.
Look at somebody that wants to die and then his second character shoots up and running.
This Terrafolk just goes crazy, clawing away at Petra. And that hits. And you'll slash for 7 points of damage. He claws at you again. And that hits.
I'm dead.
He slashes at you for 4 damage, and that renders you unconscious. Because you're unconscious and you're flying, it means you fall. Now, I'll give Millhouse a dex save, provided you drop your... Well, you've got a shield, right, Millhouse?
I got a shield and a hand axe.
If you drop the hand axe, then I'll allow you a dex save to try and catch her. The hand axe
That's a +1. That's a +1 hand axe fetcher. I mean, sure, I can make another one over a long rest, but I'll drop it and I'll try to catch it.
Alright, make a dex save. DC's 10, just so you know.
Oh boy.
Gotta grab onto her.
Oh boy.
Damn it.
Let's see if Petra survives this. You you hit terminal velocity. And... Wait. No. You fall past this Terrafolk. He's not going to let this good meat go to waste. He's going to try and snatch you up. He catches you, and you're grappled, Petra. He grabs you, and he gives a thumbs up to the other Terrafolk. Thanks! That's some good eating. The other Terrafolk nods and then just darts towards Millhouse for a bite. A bit of a drill beak attack. Miss. So, alright, Orion and Yazo, you see, like, basically Petra, like, kind of drop here. And this Terrafolk catches Petra, basically. I might just move you onto the other map, Petra. Orion, you're up.
Okay, I'll make a bite attack against this north.
Miss.
I'll try again.
That hits, and as he comes lunging at you, Orion, you just grab him by the neck and just chow down on his eye socket. Rip off a side of his face, and he's still alive. Ah! He's just screaming at you.
I also forgot, because I'm dumb, to add my rage damage. So
Alright, then...
add +2 there.
Yeah, you just punch him again through that eye socket and finish him off with a glory kill.
Okay. And then I'll shift. Also, sweet temp HP.
You see Orion's sideburns just grow wildly.
Is he using the same stuff I've been using?
Seb,
It looks like
can you
it.
put on Seb, can you put on the Rip and Tear music?
I'm coming, Petra.
Alright, it's this one. This turn, the one that's very fired. And I think it's actually going to focus on those in the cave. You're not coming anywhere except onto our cook pot! And he's going to attack you, Orion. He's going to claw at you. I'm going to rip and tear you! It's a miss. And he's going to attack you again. And miss. And then he's going to try and bite you. And he's gonna miss. Stay still! You succulent, delicious snack! Meanwhile, inside the cave, there's another Terrafolk attacking you guys from behind. He steps forward to kind of block most of the cave. He'll step here, actually. And then he's going to pick up a javelin and he's going to start stabbing Yazo. He fumbles the javelin. He finally gets a grip of it. And he misses. He just stabs the stone dwarf beard straight in its shieldy face.
Love it.
This guy's going to try and attack Talon. And he's going to make a wisdom save for a claw attack. He's going to claw you. He's going to hit.
Well, I fall into his paw.
Alright, he claws at you, and I'm going to give him a dex save. He doesn't want this good meat to go to waste. You guys are like going to save them a couple of days worth of hunting, so he's going to try and snatch you up, and he does. You're effectively grappled, and that will take a reaction, I'll say, too. Same for you guys. If you're falling from a cliff and you're within reach, I'll give you a dex save to try and cling on. Or if someone can catch you, same sort of thing. Yazo.
Very English. I'm gonna stab the big glowing one. So it's flaming rapier first.
Yeah, you have advantage. That's a hit. Alright, that's 29 damage. It kills him instantly. You impale him through the eye socket. And yeah, that's not the one that had Talon. That would be funny if it was, but it's not.
No, I made sure it wasn't.
And he dies.
Splashes.
He yeah, he kind of falls backwards. He falls down, and the fire splashes onto the one that has Petra. Terrafolk just beats his wings, so it starts to burn his flesh away, and he's looking slightly injured.
So can I use my kind of action to disengage?
Yeah, this one actually, sorry, it's used its reaction because it had to grab Petra.
Okay.
But you could disengage from that one, I guess. If you want.
No, I want to go here.
Okay, get in a bit closer to the safety of the floor of the cave. Millhouse.
Right. So Millhouse sees things getting pretty rough, and he looks down the cliff, and he sees Ragnar climbing up the cliff to come save us again.
Ragnar's on the other side of the cliff, so good luck with that. He is literally on the trail side, you're on the sheer cliff side. Ragnar would survive if he fell from this 1,800 foot drop, however.
Why did you even need to say that? We already know that.
Radgar would have just soloed this shit, but you know, he's a bit
He's
moody
immune
at
to
the
gravity. He owns it. Gravity's his homie.
So controlled falling counts as movement speed, doesn't it?
If you fall 500 feet immediately.
Okay.
In one
I
go.
wanna do that. I'm gonna dash to make it into the cave. Alright, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna dash into cave.
Alright, let's see. So to get to the lip of the cave, wait, let me measure it. That's 25. What's your movement? It's 30 with flying.
Yeah, 30 with flying.
Alright, when you move,
But
when
I
you
wanna
move
get
there,
killed.
all the Terrafolk are going to try and do like a big triple javelin attack. Now, triple javelin attack, they say.
Crit. Oh, he crits.
You called it. And
Millhouse going down.
alright. The Alright, when the opportunity attacks happen, they happen before you actually leave the space. So luckily, you're still within reach. So one of them, it'll be this guy. This one impales you. This one was stabbing at you. So this one is the only one that can try and catch you. I feel bad about rolling this. So, because I have a feeling it's going to fail, and there's no other fail safe. So I'm going to let you roll it. It's a d20 plus 1. You need to roll 9 or higher.
Okay.
That is statistic to make the player
Wait. Seb is rolling just crit. It would be unfair.
Alright, I'll roll it if you want. I feel so bad.
Oh god!
I told you, Millhouse. I remembered you trying to get inside that fucking, that fitness course.
I couldn't keep up with the crits they were putting out.
After about 10 seconds of falling, you hit terminal velocity. And then you hit the ground at terminal velocity, Millhouse. You don't actually hit the ground yet. It's gonna take you like 4 rounds to hit the ground. So
Jesus.
It's gonna happen.
let's just, you're gonna fall 500 feet. You've got another 1,300 feet to go. You're not dead yet.
Oh god.
Ragda might catch you.
You're gonna run out of saving throws before you hit the ground.
Radga might catch you.
Yeah, if it's 4 turns, I can roll a quick 20.
Yeah, you might wake up just before you hit the ground.
Jesus, that's awful.
Alright, or maybe, I don't know if anyone has a movement speed of 500 feet, but you guys see Millhouse just... he plummets.
He's always right. He knows what he's doing.
I have the ability when I'm unconscious, I can fly unlimited speeds.
Yeah,
With
straight
my
down
soul.
towards gravity. Alright,
With my
Put that
soul.
in chat. I don't know that ability.
this Terrafolk has Petra in one hand, so it's still going to be poking at Orion with its free hand. Miss. It tries to kind of push into the cave a bit more, but there's not really enough room, so it just kind of flaps there and die, die, die. It's just saying die repeatedly as it's trying to stab you. Alright, this Terrafolk is going to swoop down and he's going to squeeze into this area. It's not really squeezing. He's got enough room to get there comfortably. Just. He's going to try and poke at you, Orion. Same thing. Die! What a great day! Food has come to us! And he misses both attacks. Another Terrafolk is going to queue down here. And how far did he move? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to take the dash action. And he's going to just like swoop into the cave, kind of squeezing where he needs to. Provoking from Yazo and Orion. Both attacks will have advantage. Because there's not really enough room for him to comfortably fit. He has to kind of squeeze in over the top of your heads, and he's touching the ceiling. And
I can get a sneak attack on that, can I? Just a different turn?
Yep, you sure can. Alright, Ryan, you bite him.
Oh.
And that's alright, I'll just disregard the fire damage. You can roll that damage if you need to. Alright, you bite him, Orion, and you take a chunk out of him for 8 damage. And you stab him, Yazo, 9 damage. It leaves him bloodied, but he managed to get inside the cave. Ah! And he just roars out. Just die, you stupid fools!
Add the rage damage as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's Petra's turn. You need a death saving throw. It's a failure. The illuminated Terrafolk flies down 5. And he's gonna just push past everyone to get in the cave. Ah! Lost one of them, but there's plenty more. Ha ha ha. Good catch. Talon, make a death save.